And here is Mona Austin, our political entertainment reporter, right here on Rejoice Musical Soul Food.
I'm Mona Austin. This is The Slice, your source of weekly headline news, music, and entertainment. A Cleveland kidnapper, rapist, and child molester is behind bars today. That's one criminal, Ariel Castro. He's the man who held 3 women captive in his home for 10 years for sexually and physically abusing them. He was sentenced to life in prison plus 1,000 years. Castro pled guilty to over 900 counts, including repeated rape, but says he's not the monster the victims painted him to be. The campaign manager for New York mayoral candidate Anthony Weiner has resigned. Danny Keatum quit over the weekend following Weiner's admission to a second sexting scandal last week. Prior to the revelation, Weiner was leading his opponent Christine Quinn, but has since dropped 9 percentage points in the polls. Weiner is still in the race. Sabrina Fulton is on a campaign to help save others with her son's death. On Monday, Fulton spoke to the National Bar Association about repealing self-defense laws like Stand Your Ground around the nation. Fulton says she will be using her broken heart to get justice for Trayvon. Later this week, she will speak at the 38th National Association of Black Journalists Convention in Kissimmee, Florida. By mid-August, attorney Benjamin Crump will join Fulton in Phoenix, Arizona for a panel discussion on racial profiling. Tracy Martin, the deceased teen's father, has also been keeping a busy speaking schedule. He's on a crusade to raise awareness about the Trayvon Martin Foundation. From the Washington Post, the Smithsonian's Future African American Museum has an interest in acquiring the hoodie the deceased wore on the night of his death. But why place the most painful reminder of the tragedy on display? Quote, because it's such a symbol, it would allow you to talk about race in the age of Obama, end quote, says museum director Lonnie Bonch. The black hooded sweatshirt became statement attire for Trayvon Martin supporters as it was speculated he was profiled based on appearance alone. Currently under construction on 5 acres adjacent to the Washington Monument, the museum will open its doors in 2015. Visitors will view artifacts from the Civil Rights era, the handcuffs from the arrest of Professor Henry L. Gate, and a theater named in honor of media tycoon Oprah Winfrey, its largest benefactor. Oprah has donated $13 million to the museum to date. Former Louisiana Governor Edwin Edwards may be answering the call to diaper duty real soon. At the age of 85, Edwards and his wife Trina, 34, welcomed a baby boy on Thursday morning. Edwards served 4 terms as governor of Louisiana before serving time in federal prison for an extortion and bribery scheme. Russia has granted asylum to U.S. intelligence whistleblower Edward Snowden. The former National Security Agency analyst snitched about a top-secret program the organization owned that allegedly allows the government to invade the privacy of millions of people. Snowden's written statement claimed the Fed could use Big Brother-like tactics to view items like internet browsing history, phone records, social media chat, and emails, making everyone vulnerable to their watchful eye. Snowden's attorney says he has 1 year of asylum in an undisclosed part of Russia. The Federal Bureau of Investigation finally has a new leader. President Obama nominated a person who he says has repeatedly demonstrated his commitment to defending America's security and ideals alike. The Senate confirmed James Comey as the new director of the FBI on Monday. The 93-1 vote put Comey in line to succeed Robert Mueller, who was stepping down in September after 12 years. The lone vote against Comey came from Senator Rand Paul. The Kentucky Republican delayed the selection process due to concerns about the domestic use of drones. Comey says he is excited to do the job. During the recording of the new season of Dr. Bobby Jones' Gospel, Donald Lawrence revealed he'll be reuniting with the now retired Tri-City Singers to do a second recording for their 20th anniversary. Their first anniversary project was recorded back in the spring and will be released this fall. Mona Austin reporting. In a split vote, the Supreme Court struck down 3 of 4 provisions in Arizona's immigration law, known as SB 1070 today, ruling 5-3. The court examined the constitutionality of previously established state provisions. 2 of the derisive issues were the federal government's prerogative over state border control and the highly controversial paper pleas law
that requires illegal immigrants to present documentation showing their citizenship. As every
Mona Austin is working on our political entertainment report. And Mona, what do you have for us on this Wednesday?
Yesterday marked one full month since Illinois Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr. reported to work on Capitol Hill. Civil rights activist Jesse Jackson Sr. denied a radio report that his son had committed suicide. Sources close to him are mum as to his whereabouts or the specific reason the 47-year-old congressman is not working.
6, 3, 1, and 0. Those are the most up-to-date tallies following presidential primary votes from Super Tuesday. The race for the GOP candidacy is still on. Former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney reemerged as the forerunner, snagging 6 states, most critically Ohio. Romney
This
was
is
also
Mona Austin
victorious in
reporting
Vermont,
from Virginia
Alaska,
with election
Idaho,
coverage. Just a week and a day before the next president of the United States is selected, President Obama hopes he'll get a second term. And as the storm Hurricane Sandy beats down on the East Coast, in a few more minutes he'll be in the White House getting briefed. And while he's doing that, there are a number of supporters around this country. Some of them are his surrogates. Some of them are his longtime supporters, and some of them are celebrities. Today we have on the phone with us one of those celebrity supporters. We have Niche from the Far East Movement. They performed the Obama-inspired song For All at a campaign event in Richmond and recently released the video for it that got over 30,000 views in 3 days. Niche, what was the group's goal in doing this song?
Really just to get the next generation, the youth, aware and inspired to vote. And so we made the song, took the approach of, really inspired from the crowd, or every time we look in the audience,
we need to make tough choices. We need leadership. We need to elect Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan, because we need to believe in America again.
Delayed by a day by Hurricane Isaac, the Republican National Convention is underway in Tampa, Florida. Voices from the convention floor are speaking from around the nation. Politicians in support of their hopeful, who will now be named the nominee.
Today, presidential candidate Mitt Romney released 2011 tax returns. That year, he paid 14.1% on earnings of $13.69 million. At an event in Woodbridge today, President Obama needled his opponent.
I don't believe we can get very far with leaders who write off half the nation as a bunch of victims. I don't see a lot of victims in this crowd today.
The Eastwooding phenomenon, started by actor Clint Eastwood when he spoke to an empty chair in a comedy piece during the Republican National Convention, may have inspired chair lynchings. An Austin, Texas man hung a chair by a rope in his front yard. Showing more overt opposition to President Obama, another symbolic chair lynching was spotted in Virginia. In this instance, a sign bearing the words, quote, "No Obama" was attached to the chair.
Say, can Beyonce really sing, or did she pull a Milli Vanilli? That was the question 24 hours after the First Lady of Pop sang the national anthem at the inauguration Monday. Initially, B was lauded for a flawless performance. Those close to the situation are blaming it on the cold weather. By Tuesday evening, a Marine Corps band official confirmed Beyonce was singing to a vocal track and that they mimed their playing. All artists actually pre-recorded their songs, according to the Washington Post, in case of extreme weather, but Beyonce was the only one who used the pre-recording. Neither the White House nor Beyonce's camp have commented, but other artists have come to her defense. The Queen of Soul laughed off the accusation, saying it just was not singing weather. Quote, "She did a beautiful job with the pre-recording. Next time, I'll probably do the same," end quote. Aretha made it clear, however, that she did sing live at the 2009 inauguration, but complained about the weather placing a strain on her vocals, and digitally released a preferred recording of My Country 'Tis of Thee thereafter. On the Jon Stewart Show, J-Lo said it's difficult to sing in large outdoor spaces.
In certain stadiums and in certain venues and stuff, they do pre-record things because you're going to have that terrible slapback.
The late Whitney Houston did lip-sync her famous version of the national anthem at the 1991 Super Bowl. We've learned that lip-syncing is rather common, and mime playing is too, which is what cellist Yo-Yo Ma did at the last inauguration. Still, for some, nothing compares to faking the nation's hymn. It is a sacred, if not national, offense to Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul, who says, quote, by lip-syncing the national anthem, Beyonce has cast a dark cloud over the president's second term, end quote. Senator Paul wants President Obama to resign over the Sing-Gate ordeal. There was no denying the Marching Tigers of Grambling State University were all the way live. The GSU marching band made its second appearance in the inaugural parade. They were the only group representing the state of Louisiana. Under the direction of Larry Pennell, they played a tribute to Whitney Houston with I'm Your Baby Tonight.
A Southern Fried verbal offense has gotten Food Network star Paula Deen fired. The queen of comfort foods was let go after she admitted to using the N-word in a court case alleging racism from a former employee. Deen also admitted to considering an all-black staff for her brother's Civil War-era themed wedding. Deen apologized in a video that went viral. She said the media is painting a false picture of her and her family, and that a person's skin color, their sexual preference, or religious preference does not matter. All that matters to Paula Deen, she says, is what's in a person's heart. Then, looking bewildered, Deen said, I am sorry. But apparently her plea was not well done. The Food Network still terminated the butter-loving cook following a missed appearance on Today with Matt Lauer, where she was to address the racial slur. After being fired, Deen thanked the Food Network for 11 great years.
It's now time to check in with Mona Austin from Bristol, Virginia. Mona, how you doing?
Hi, Cedric. Happy Friday. This is a pivotal Friday in the lives of the family of George Zimmerman, who's on trial for the murder of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin. Arguments in the second-degree murder trial of George Zimmerman concluded today. A jury of 6 women will decide if the neighborhood watchman from Sanford, Florida, acted in self-defense or hate. Yesterday, the prosecutor, Bernie De La Rionda, started to bring the 24-day trial to a close, taking over 2 hours to summarize the state's case. He characterized Zimmerman as a lying wannabe cop who took the law in his own hands and murdered a 17-year-old victim in cold blood. Now, quoting, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. This morning's defense offered dramatic statements showing a block of cement in the courtroom, saying that Martin was, in fact, not just armed with a can of tea and a bag of Skittles, but that the cement concrete was a weapon that he used to bang Zimmerman's head on and cause gashes in the back of his head.
Entertainment reporter Mona Austin. Hey, Mona, how you doing?
Good afternoon, Cedric. Happy Wednesday. I am well.
Well, let's talk about what's going on in the news headlines. First Lady Michelle Obama was at a Democratic fundraiser on last night, and it kind of got a little interesting. What happened, Mona?
That's right, Cedric. In an unprecedented and uncharacteristic move, First Lady Michelle Obama directly confronted a heckler at a fundraising event in D.C. last night. It was a pro-LGBT rights individual. She was standing at the front, and she began shouting. And her issue was that the Obama administration has had inaction on an executive order that she thinks will make life easier for younger gays. According to a poll report, the words were not immediately intelligible. However, it was clear that the heckler was accusing the administration of not being as proactive as she would want them to be. Now, this comes as a surprise because the Obama administration is one of the most gay rights-friendly administrations in the history of the country. Yeah. But First Lady Michelle Obama did not back down, and this is the thing that is making headlines. She actually stepped off the podium and confronted the heckler face-to-face, and she said, one of the things I don't do well, quote, is this. And she got a loud applause. She left the lectern, and when she actually moved over to the protester, she said, listen to me, or you can take the mic, but I'm leaving. You all decide. You have one choice. So she was very firm. Those are words I am quoting from First Lady Michelle Obama as she responded to some heckling last night.
3 times a charm for Candace Glover as she takes the American Idol title home for the lady. It's the first time that a woman or a non-white has seized the title since Jordan Sparks' victory in season 6. The 23-year-old South Carolinian made American Idol in seasons 9 and 11 before making the finals this year. She bested Cree Harrison of Texas. Randy Jackson, the last of the original American Idol judges, made his final appearance on the show last night. He said he felt blessed to have been a part of it and hoped he somehow influenced the contestants over the years. Reportedly, there's been a shakeup among the remaining judges. Who will be returning next year has not yet been.